Brandon and Drew just echoed that they felt that there were some miscommunication problems. Do you feel the same, that maybe parents weren't as informed as they should have been?
Well, I don't know that it was a matter of being informed. I think parents are more informed now than they were before, because parents see the struggles that their kids are going through with the technology that is required with remote learning, with bigger outreach and communication with teachers and with principals to coordinate, childcare, and for the churches like Brandon's church to step up like they have has been fantastic. And it's something to watch the community really pull together. So, it's encouraging, and it makes me, more confident that when something like this happens again, hopefully it doesn't, but when it does, we'll be ready. And thanks to the work that Brandon and Drew are doing, people are paying attention.
Yeah. So, Brandon, you have publicly voiced your opinions about the district's reopening policy. In fact, in September, you're on Facebook, quote, "I want my children back in school," unquote, and you also encourage other parents to voice their opinions at the next school board meeting. So my question is for you, what would you have done differently if you were on the school board last fall?
Well, just to get right to the heart of the issue, I would have voted to not close the school in the first place. I would have been a no vote on that. I'm not sure if the vote was unanimous. Drew or Matt would know that. I'm not sure if that vote was unanimous, but if it was unanimous, it would not have been unanimous had I been on the board. I've been very outspoken about my displeasure that the schools were shut down in the first place.
Mm-hmm. So, Matt, was that vote unanimous, and what did you vote for, and what was your reasoning behind that?
Well, just to clarify, so Brandon and everybody else knows, the board never actually voted to close. That decision to close was made by the administrators and came at the direction, really, of the State Board of Education. And the administrators are going to do for the district what the State Board of Education says is best for schools to do. And in a pandemic situation, I think closing was the right idea. I don't think anybody wanted to close. I think everybody wanted to carry on, the school year as normal. I don't think we were in a normal situation. I think that the actions by the administration, including Dr. Velardo and Mrs. Holly and Mr. Burgett, and the collaboration that they were able to achieve with their principals in the buildings and the union leaders for both the teachers and the service professionals, the custodians, the secretaries, and all that, it's been terrific. And I think what Brandon or Drew would learn if they were on the board is just how closely together the different elements of the school district work together to make decisions. And not just Brandon and Drew, but anybody in the community, when they see how closely everybody works together and how decisions are made, they are, I think, going to be very much more, trusting of the decisions that were made, and seeing where the hardship that they're feeling in their families at home fits into a larger framework, because everybody was going through some hardship when teachers have to completely rework their course designs to go online. That is not a small task. Teachers that have been in the district for years and years, their whole careers, they're starting back at square one. It's year one for them all over again. They have to redesign everything. They have to figure out a way to bring students in when they're contending with, the million other things that are going on in the house at any given time. And that's been hard. And that's no small thing. I think that we have a lot to be proud of how we've handled the pandemic. And when, we had the meeting, Brandon, I think you came to it, the meeting that we had at the auditorium in the high school, we had 28 letters from parents, including one from Brandon, and 25 of them were critical of the decision to close, and I understand it. So we heard the parents, and we understood where they were coming from. And any parent that feels like they weren't heard, that wasn't our goal. And to the extent that we need to improve communications, we could have done that better.